Hello and welcome. This is Diana and you are watching Holistic Vibes. This is going to be a generalized reading and I'm using my Starseed Alien-ish cards. I'm not taking those because they popped off the top. And so as always, go and ground your energy. We'll see what pops out. Some of you may know, there is definitely geomagnetic storms that are taking place. There is a shift in energetic frequency across the planet, and you could very well be feeling it. A lot has to do with, in all honesty, it's like the Aquarian age. It's essentially like the raising of the frequency of the planet, and you could be feeling it. It's kind of like this, like wanting to only rest, and there could be like a dire strait, right? I said this in a different video. You could very well be in a state of uncertainty of what your reality is looking like, right? So like in the inner earth, you'll survive this, even though you may not see it in the current reality in which you're experiencing. Solutions are being lined up. And so it's kind of like that, not staying still, right? Because when we're stagnant, we're not creating the room for the divine to move within us. But instead allowing the divine as we proceed forward to move. So retreat, rest, and be held. Keepers of the earth, you are not alone. The ancient ancestors stand beside you. You know, those, you may be lonely, but you are not alone. And know that you have divine guides that will give you messages if you ask for it. You have to be open to receiving those messages. And it's hard to when you're getting hit with waves of lower vibrational energies, even though you know it's not you. You know what I mean? And Mars energy. Obviously, there is a Mars agenda out there. I don't want to get into that, but you could be feeling waves of anger and conflict and frustration and being unloved, right? And instead, you have to flip that energy and you need to lean into the what lights you up, what brings you peace, what brings you joy, what brings you happiness. And like, it's hard, right? So I'm feeling a very heavy energy on the heart. So for those of you that can ground your energy, go and ground your energy and let's sink into the heart center. And let's allow yourself to like get out of the state. If you've had a headache, if you've had like a pounding, it's kind of like your Doppler energy has been being messed with, has been being manipulated, right? For those of you that don't know, there is frequency that is able to affect your thought forms, and that's when you lean into like the creator's energy and you clear your mental body, and you clear your ka body, and you really truly like lean into the like what you're anointed to do on this planet, because there is a bigger process at hand prior to like just looking at what the general populace is attempting to manipulate into a state of what is it? It's into a state of not enoughness, right? So your reality may be showing you something completely, something completely different, right? And accommodations could be quite difficult. As far as like you not knowing what's coming next. It's kind of like you're not going to see the cycles that are unfolding. Just know that you will be caught. They said caught, kept. So whether or not this is in regards to an impediment that is trying to keep soulmates from coming together or rising up together, right? There is a divine justice that's happening in the background that is going to indirectly affect the ripple of the consciousness, right? Like as true twins, as true soulmates that are here for a higher state of being are coming into union, there is a shift in the conduit access point, right? Because as you know, when two energies merge and they are on the same vibrational frequency, or they are identifying and pulling into their reality what they believe to be their conscious awareness, right? You're essentially rewriting the ripple in that grid formation. And for some of you that are very, very old souls, like you know exactly what I'm talking about because you've already been doing the work. Like there are actions that have been continuously unfolding that have helped you rise above what your current reality is dictating, right? And they just said conservatorship. I don't know what that is. Atlantean era Earth. It's identifying in the past. Maybe you have access. Yeah, a conservative attachments and ultimate evolution. It's kind of, yeah, okay, thanks. The way showing. Again, this has to do a lot with what's happening on the planet right now as we speak, right? There are contracts that are coming up due that should have been expelled 20 years ago. And it's going to be like there's this new shift and perspective into like what you're consciously creating and what has died and passed down. And it's like as you step into this vibration of love, a new paradigm is going to emote. And it's going to shift the frequency, right? So although you don't see that you are on the highest timeline, that you are the highest vibration in the room, right? And some of you could very well be midwives. But understand, like, you are going to help birth in, like, the next phase, the next wave of indigos, of crystallines. I got goosebumps from head to toe. It's kind of like you will be the destroyer of hardship. You will release the pain and the suffering and the loss and the disasters that have been plaguing humanity, and essentially they're man-made created, right? And you're seeing through all the BS. You're seeing through all of the things that it's kind of like the ancestors have been whispering in your ear, like through your telepathy, through your dreamscape, like all the manipulation that has been taking place. It's kind of like you see with clear vision what has been unfolding in the background over the last like 10 years. And it's time for you to step up into your mystical, they're just showing me like a podium. It's kind of like a platform of becoming an attractor of like minds. I got goosebumps up and down my body, you guys. It's all about like you commanding what it is you desire, and the universe with the amplification of what's happening in the planetary alignment is going to meet you wholeheartedly on this next phase. It's see, wish, dream, magnetize, and pull into your reality what is bringing you joy, what is bringing you peace, what is your desires, hopes, wishes, dreams, like through the dolphin play, right, through that energetic frequency of sonar, of sounding. And in all honesty, it's like that's confirmation. So like as you're coming into your own reality with what is unfolding, it's kind of like re-identifying what feels good to you. And now you're tired of waiting, is what I just heard, of any underlying conditions changing. It's like you're now taking the bull by the horns and you're commanding that it be shifted into what you desire. It's like you're dissolving whatever's root cause has been holding you back. And And it's kind of like a showdown of energetic frequencies. Because the thing is the wheel is turning, and you're going to get confirmation of your destiny through synchronicities and through the ask, like whatever it is that you've been asking of the divine, like they're going to start showing you through the things that you're receiving. Something also about the tune that people have been playing are going to show you where there's like this anxiety or this fear or this inability of vision. So like honor that process, right, in your sacral. And you may want to look at wherever like Libra is in your placements. And there's something about being realistic of the what's coming and the how everything is kind of a setup. And that's going to shift. Like, it's kind of like it's going to shift you into speaking your truth. Even though your voice shakes, it's like you are no longer playing nice. It's you literally like being in a state of courageousness and activation of like the paradigm shift. You are actively shifting the paradigm that others are operating out of. It's kind of like it's one of your gifts of how you are uplifting the people you're around. And how you're able to like identify the vibrations that are coming at you at negativity, and you literally are transmuting it in the moment by the positivity that you're spitting out. I don't know. I mean, like, that's what they're telling me. It's kind of like as you start speaking your truth, you will then become untouchable. Because it's almost like these lower vibrational energies are going to see that you walk with angelic beings, and they're going to step back. It's almost like the shield that is protecting you is divine. And they're showing me too, like, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Bible, right? But there's a lot of symbolisms in the Bible. And when John was put into the vat of hot oil, they thought that that would kill him, right? And instead he just sat in it. Or was it Jonah in the lion's den? Like how he then tamed the animals because he was one with God and they are one with God. And so they did not eat him. They're showing me these reverences of people that have been forged through fire. And it's kind of like that's what's coming in your next phase. And so steadfast, maybe fast, in the process of the understanding. They just said grab a biblical card, so I'm going to do that. I don't know, maybe somebody out there reads the Bible and you need something. I don't know. But I do what I'm told. I learned that one a long time ago, right? I'm not taking all of those. These are not the ones that I wanted anyway. So it's Isaiah 55:11. And you may be seeing 55:11's places. It says, "So is my word that goes out from my mouth. It will not return to me empty, but it will accomplish what I desire and achieve the purpose for which I send it." So, and I think that there's relevance in those words, right? Because it's all about like you're speaking what you want to come into being, even though your voice shakes. And it's through the power of prophecy that you will destroy any impediments that have been creating hardship within your own life or within other people's lives. And you're going to get these words and these prophetic messages through your telepathy, right? I believe like the truth walks somewhere in between. And so for me, it's all about like walking in God's light, walking in truth and divine justice, and calling a spade, right? And they're just saying through that, like, you are then going to become the alchemist with a new perspective. It's kind of like as you gather more information, as you meet more people, as people confirm the changes that you're creating in their life, like, you then will start seeing those seeds that you have sown in the past. It's kind of like there's this re-amplification. They're showing me like a boomerang, like the way the Australians do with the, I don't know, it's like, it's a boomerang thing. It's a bow. And the way they throw it and it comes back. It's kind of like through that alchemy, through that unconditional love that you've been showing for every person that you've been coming across, that channel, that radio channel that you've been on, you've been consciously shifting your frequency, even though you can see the thought forms that have been trying to impede your auric field. And it's all about like the knowledge that you had from Atlantean times. And there's something, got goosebumps again, to that relevance of that lifetime affecting your current reality. It's like the most dominant past life that you've incarnated with is the one that you're proceeding with as you're proceeding, right? Because it is, we repeat the lessons we didn't learn. Sometimes we pull in the lessons we need to complete and close. And depending on where the planet is currently vibrating, like that is they're showing me that's a synopsis. That's the finalization of the theses. I don't know. Like you got to dive into that more, right? Like you've got to unfold the like how commanding your voice is and how God specially gifted you that body with that DNA with those gifts. And then as you go through and you shift and you transpire, you will start realizing like how truly powerful you are, if that makes sense. I'm going to leave that here. Hopefully something in this resonated with you. Know that you are destined for more. And I hope that you feel a little bit lighter, a little bit brighter, and you have a little bit more clarity in the where you're going. Whoever has those headaches, I command that they are released. Any illnesses, any body signals that are untrue, unfathomed, that are locked into a lower paradigm, I command that you fully release. We open the gateways for peace, harmony, helpfulness, playfulness, and laughter. We invoke joy into the current reality. As you speak it, it will become. Don't let your voice be muted. Until next time, be well. Ciao.